Hello everyone, welcome back to Bow and Arrow Tarot and today's episode of the Pick a Card reading, Who Has a Crush on You? So today we take a look at somebody who's around you and they have a crush. They have feelings for you. We're going to take a look at who this person is, what they want to do about their crush, how you might be feeling about this same person, and what kind of advice Spirit has going forward. Now remember, these messages are timeless and they find you whenever you're ready to receive them. So just sit back, relax, ground yourself, take a moment to allow your intuition to draw you to the pile that resonates with you the most. Pile number 1, pile number 2, or pile number 3. If you need another moment, just go ahead and pause the video right here. And when you're ready, you can go straight to your reading in the timestamps below. So let's just get started with pile number 1. Welcome to pile number 1 for today's Pick a Card, Who Has a Crush on You? Let's just jump right into who this person is. Scorpion energy, what they desire, a total connection. What animal spirit do they see you as? Flamingo spirit in the between. And what does Spirit have to say about it? It may be a cycle. All right, we have more cards to pull. Right away, we see that fiery scorpion there, though, right? All right, let's see what else is coming in. 2 of Cups. Wow, a love connection. Emperor energy, more fire. 4 of Wands, the 11 card. 7 of Swords. And the Page of Pentacles. At the bottom of this deck for this reading, you have a Chariot energy. So Chariot, building a whole new chapter, about to take a journey, right? Chariot energy is about laying the pathway for a whole new journey. So this Pick a Card, who is crushing on you? Let's get into that Scorpion energy. This person is fiery, competitive, very secretive, right? Very different than the zodiac sign, but they share some traits. Scorpion animal spirits are very protective. They live in isolation oftentimes. These are people who have like just a few friends, right? They're very private. They are not hugely sociable. They are, however, very, very competitive. Now, let's take a look at some of that energy that is associated with it. We have 2 of Cups and Emperor energy, and that kind of tracks with a Scorpion individual. This person also resonates with that strong Emperor divine masculine energy, right? They may indeed, along with that competitive nature, they may have a business or be in charge. Wherever they work, they have authority. But it feels to me like, especially oftentimes with that Scorpion energy, there's a high degree of creativity as well. This person may run something, a project of some kind, right? They may be quite a, how shall I say, an authority figure in a particular area of art or building or something like that where they are the best, right? They are highly competitive. They're always going up for the best bids, right? This type of individual, that Emperor energy, they're builders. So their businesses generally will be something that you can see and tangible, put your hands on. So a lot of strong energy here. 2 of Cups energy as well. Desire, again. 2 of Cups is that total connection, and that's what they want, right? So this is interesting. 4 of Wands comes in as well. That's the 11 card. Now, before we move on, we've already seen that they want a total connection. They want to resonate with you on an intimate level. Very intense. Scorpion energy is by nature very intense. And then when you add it to that Emperor, somebody who is already in a power position, authority position, already, has a sense of command. You're dealing with like someone who takes connection seriously. So even though this is just a who's crushing on you, this crush is turning very serious very quickly. Let me see a little bit more. Ace of Swords, wow. And one more. And Death comes in. Death is associated with Scorpion energy, total connection. Wow, this is kind of interesting. This person This is a whole transformation, a whole sort of change that has come in, a whole new outlook on life. It almost feels like someone who is indeed resonating with that Scorpion energy, who's been quite pulled back, maybe not around a lot. Something about their thinking has completely changed, right? I believe you know this person, obviously, right? When we talk about who has a crush on you, this person is already someone who's around you, who you've known. But because of their nature, you may not have seen them for quite some time. But that's changing now. And part of that change is this desire for them to have a connection with you. It may be that they've harbored feelings for you for quite some time. If we look at total connection, put that energy right there with that Four of Wands. Four of Wands is long-term soulmate energy. It's the 1111 card, but it's that kind of relationship that starts off right away where you know the two of you are meant to be together. You're meant to have a total connection. So I wonder now, because this seems so definite here, Ace of Swords indicates that there's clarity here. There's no confusion. There doesn't seem to be any sort of weird, uncertainty, right? Clarity has come in, almost like lightning sort of stroke, and this person has suddenly decided, hang on a second, I want something with you, right? And so that has come in and they've had this really strong transformation. I will say to you, I wonder if you know who this is and if you feel the same way, right? Let's get a little bit further. How do they see you? So they see you as flamingo spirit, and this is quite interesting. The flamingo is so beautiful, and here this animal spirit kind of represents the magic of being present right now as things are changing. So you have this chariot here. You are in the process, it feels like, of changing your destiny to a certain degree, changing the path that you're on, or the path that you're about to, readjust your caboose to, right? Or the track that you're about to switch over to. And that flamingo spirit has that sort of spiritual, emotional, and present energy to get the most out of that. Flamingos only stand on one foot. So you have one foot grounded here and one foot just ready to take the next step. And in that stillness, before you've taken the next step, there's still quite a lot to learn. And so this is how your person sees you. And I do feel like you may have had such an impact on them because you're so able to take the moment for moment what it is and value it and be in that stillness. And somebody who resonates with that Scorpion energy is very sort of heated. They often can't do that. And so there's a nice balance here, right? It's almost as if your energy kind of helps them to balance out. And they've even had almost an epiphany here. Like, wow, I really need this. I really want this in my life. Total connection is real. Four of Wands is real. There is an opportunity here for this crush slash really quick desire to be with you to actually turn into a relationship. Now, you also, though, have Seven of Swords. And I take pause at that because this is the card here where we're talking about futility, deception, people working behind the scenes. When I think of this reading and feel this energy here, I'm not entirely sure about where that might be coming from, right? There is some kind of deception here. There is some kind of futile attempt. When we look ahead to what Spirit has to say about being in cycles, some of you may have been in a cycle like this before, with someone who has that kind of strong energy. Now, let me be clear. Scorpion energy associated with that Emperor, this is not to say that this person has a hard time being in a relationship or being in love, but this is a very intense combination. And it can be quite difficult, right, in a relationship. I'm just being real. It can be. So let us hope that this full transformation and this sort of epiphany that this person has had has helped to sort of soften their ways a little bit because what shall we say? What fell out? Yeah, Eight of Swords. Wow. your calming spirit here may not always be enough. And you may have been in this cycle before with relationships, with individuals that require that calmness from you, and then you end up sort of giving a lot of energy, you know what I mean? It becomes draining. So Eight of Swords, Page of Cups. I want one more for you here. Two of Swords, a decision. Yeah, you have somebody else, right? You have somebody else there that's a Page of Cups that's like really light and not that intense, that is coming in. And you also have this Eight of Swords energy there where there's a feeling here. I don't know, for some of you, I feel like you just don't want to be bothered. There is psycho energy. You may have been through this before with this type of person, right, who's crushing on you. Eight of Swords energy is not really willing to face what's going on. Some of you may have two people going on because that Two of Swords, you have a choice to make, right? So you have somebody coming in here who wants a total connection for you, but some of you absolutely have somebody else also, either currently or coming in, or you're already with them, and you're kind of in this place where, you're kind of like, I don't know what to do. Check it out. You have two cards that are blindfolded. So you know what I mean? It's like a difficult scenario. You're now in this kind of very tricky situation. You don't want to be bothered, but you have to make a decision. And this can happen sometimes, especially when you have individuals around that are very intense, that maybe even putting on a bit of pressure, And Chariot is there to let you know that you are still on a path to something quite new here. Now, what does Spirit have to say? Yeah, there is a cycle energy here. You may indeed have been through this before. Do you really, do you want to go through it again? That's the question. Do you want to go through it again, or do you want to adjust it? This is not to say that we don't go through the same cycles, but we don't want to go through the same exact cycle. We may... a lot of us have a type when it comes to relationships. We attract a certain type when it comes to relationships. And so scenarios will come up again that we've been in before, but it's how we handle it, right? And so with this Seven of Swords here, I just want you to take pause. I'm gonna be pulling some more cards about spirits that may be around. Page of Pentacles is there, and I'm gonna add that to that Page of Cups because there is a feeling along with that Chariot energy that you're building something new here, but who will it be and how will it be with? It's really like the first step to something. It's not intensity right away all at once, right? So it makes me feel like truly what you're looking for here is, simple steps, baby steps. But yeah, you're in the moment right now. That flamingo spirit, I think you do. I think you are resonating with that, and you're kind of enjoying your moment right now. What flipped over? Did something flip over? I'm gonna pull the spirits of darkness and light and see what kind of energy is helping here. Yeah, so this person wants total connection, and with this driving energy of the Emperor and the Scorpion, they are definitely going to be acting on it, right? So I pulled two cards, Spirits of Darkness, Spirits of Light. And what do we have? Energy of the Sun, the energy, vitality, resurrection. Uh-oh. Some of you, have you had a connection? Is this is this an ex coming back? Let us know in the comments. I'm so curious. Some of you, Spirit of the Apple. Yeah, temptation. There's a lot of temptation around you. And the person who's crushing on you, it's just one more that's coming in for you. But I know if you're resonating with this, you know who this person is. But just to be sure, we are now going to pull some zodiac cards and see. I'm going to pull 3 of them for you. Gemini, some of you dealing with a Gemini. Taurus, some of you dealing with a Taurus. And Capricorn, some of you dealing with a Capricorn. Wow. 2 Earth, And in air, Gemini, Taurus, Capricorn, you may have that in your chart. You may be dealing with that Scorpion energy may have this person. You know who this is, right? Now, this is the end. Thank you so much. I'm so curious, though, if some of you are indeed pursued by the Scorpion energy and they resonate with that zodiac sign, let us know. Because Taurus, Capricorn, Gemini, two earth and an air, be quite interesting with all that fire, right? Let us know in the comments. Hit that like button if you enjoyed pile number one. And this is the end of the message I have for you for this pile. I do hope it resonated for you. But if you want to stick around, we can get started with pile number two right now. Welcome to pile number two for today's pick a card. Let's just get right into who has a crush on you. The peacock. What do they want to do? They want to invest. Oh, I love that. How do they see you? The peacock. Ah, I love this. And what spirit have to say about it? Limits. We're not done yet. Let's get some more energy. Two peacocks in one reading. Investment. No wonder spirit is talking about limits. That is a lot of luxury. What else do we have? King of Wands comes in. Three of Wands. Seven of Pentacles. Star energy. And Page of Cups. Wow, a lot of luxury here. Bottom of the deck, we have Ace of Swords. This is a power move. Who has a crush on you? The person who has a crush on you is very much like you, right? I mean, you know, like sees like, right? Baller sees baller. I love this. And right away, I'm just going to pull both your cards right away because you both came in as Peacock. Your person is resonating with Peacock and they see you as their equal, also with Peacock. That's the energy of this animal spirit that I love so much. The beauty and the joy of the Peacock is that it sees beauty in everything. It appreciates beauty in everything. And therefore, it also sees and appreciates and values its own beauty. It's an outlook that people who resonate with this card have about life, about those around them. It's not anything to do with pride or ego. The peacock is air animal spirit, and the peacock is the best animal spirit for valuing and appreciating everyone else's beauty and what they have to give, as well as its own. It understands how its own beauty fits into the world. And so the peacock is someone who's always going to be sort of your cheerleader. They're never going to compete for you because they feel as though there's enough room for everybody. Let it shine is the energy here, right? So very flamboyant, luxurious. So let's get into your person, right? We have Ace of Swords here at the bottom of the deck. This really indicates that there is clarity here. There doesn't seem to be any confusion here. You two really know each other, right? Now, this person, with this Ace of Swords, sometimes it can be a bit of an epiphany or an awakening that comes in, or kind of just understanding the truth, right? Or seeing things with clarity. Because the two of you are so similar, you may be friends. You may have been friends for quite some time and it never developed into anything, or you may not be at all aware that this person who is so much like you, the two of you probably have so much fun together, that this person actually has deeper feelings for you, is actually crushing on you. And this may be news to you, but I feel like it may be recent news to them as well. Sort of just an awakening and being like, hey, hang on a second. I have deeper feelings that I'm letting on. Now let's get into some of that energy that they're bringing. King of Wands and Three of Wands, a lot of fire, right? So this person already is, I want to say, very fiery, ambitious, passionate. King of Wands energy, this person is quite individual, just like any peacock is, right? Every peacock is individual, but with that King of Wands, this is someone who's quite, I want to say an example almost, like people may look to this person as a role model to a degree. they definitely have a sense of success under their belt. You know, you don't resonate with King energy without having, especially King of Wands, without having experienced losses, but also having certainly experienced success and what success is, having established a certain amount of authority in a particular field. I think this person's also extremely artistic and very, very passionate about their art. The two of you may indeed be artists or be in the same field. And this may be one of the reasons why the two of you are such close friends, see each other so similarly. But something has happened again. Some understanding has come in for your peacock, and they now feel like they have feelings. They have a crush, right? Three of Wands comes in. They're also kind of waiting for the next step. What's the next step? What do we do next? They're ready to sort of move forward, but they kind of want a sign that everything, is as it should be. I think they're a bit cautious, right? They want to invest. They want to invest more time, certainly with you. I'm not sure if they're ready to tell you how they feel. Let me get some more cards now and do some clarifiers. I'm not entirely sure they're ready to let you know how they feel. They're waiting for the right time. Let me see about that Three of Wands. Oh, okay, Three of Wands comes out over Three of Wands. Yeah, so they're waiting for the right time. Yeah, they're looking forward to the future, right? But that eagle is out looking and helping, searching, making sure that they're doing the right thing, making the right decision. This can be a little bit tricky, a little bit daunting, especially if you're already friends. They don't want to ruin anything, of course. And surely they don't want to be sort of rejected, right? Nobody likes that. That's always the fear when you kind of fall for your friend. And I do feel there's a deep friendship here. Nevertheless, could be a power move, right? This could develop into quite the power couple. I want to know a little bit more about how they want to invest. Wow. Well, Three of Cups, you are friends. Yeah, Three of Cups is friendship energy, loyalty, trust. They trust you, you trust them. Again, for some of you, you might be quite surprised who this person is because you have been such a good friend with them. And I'm not sure that you know or that you feel the same. Sound off in the comments if you're in this kind of situation. If you're feeling the same, maybe you are also. Sometimes this can happen where it's like, both people are kind of like, I love being around them, but I'm scared. Let's just be friends, right? But Three of Wands is there. It almost indicates here, 333. There is a trifecta energy that has to happen here. Could also be that both of you are kind of waiting for the other to make their move. But we have as well Star and Seven of Pentacles. So this may be one of the reasons why your person is also kind of now having these feelings and wants to sort of invest more time with you, because Seven of Pentacles, Star energy, they may be going through a phase where they are kind of reevaluating where they're at with their life in terms of having sort of maybe achieved some of their goals or not, right? Where are they right now? They're kind of doing a little look like, you know how you do that. I'm so old now, or I'm still so young. Does anybody ever say that? But it's like, someone who's maybe in their, mid to 30s to 40s. At some point, we all will sit and say, I'm this age. Am I doing what I want to do? What have I grown in my garden? Is it time to wish on something else? Is it time to go back to dreams I had before? There's a nice feeling here because the two of you are so similar and there's such a nice bond here already that it just makes sense. I just wonder if you feel the same way. Sometimes it can be, certainly with a friendship like this, where you're like, oh no, oh no. But for someone, this is a dream come true with that star. I'm going to talk about that Page of Cups in a minute, but I want to know a little bit more about you. Some of you are models, Seven of Wands, wow. Okay, I want one more. And a Six of Cups, interesting. Seven of Wands is kind of fighting for your space, your territory, right? Beating off the haters energy. Six of Cups is affection and loyalty. Yeah, are you feeling this person too? Have you been kind of beating off people, beating off the haters or beating off, Seven of Wands is courageous energy. It's when you're very, it's the card for valor and courage and sort of standing up for yourself in the face of people trying to get at you, trying to get at your sense of confidence, your spirit, and you're not having it. You're kind of standing your ground. Six of Cups is here too. Some of you may be friends with this person for a long time. You may have even grown up together, right? You may be so similar. You've grown up together. You may have gone to school together. Six of Cups is there. There's such deep affection and loyalty and trust here. It just feels nice. And so with that Page of Cups, it's interesting. And that Star, I'm going to pull those two out together. Star is that wish fulfillment, wish fulfillment and also sort of never giving up hope, right? Star energy comes along when we're dealing with either someone or a connection that never kind of, died. Certainly the energy of someone, or never sort of withered away, you know what I mean? Or the energy of someone who kind of always had that wish in the back of their head, never really kind of completely gave up hope. Page of Cups is just that initial kind of, all right, reach out, right? Get a couple more cards. That initial reach out of energy, like, hey, I'm feeling something over here. I think they're going to make a move. I'm going to be honest with you, because they certainly want to spend more time with you. There's a decision they have to make. Ooh, Seven of Swords. That's interesting. Seven of Swords showed up for the first pile as well. So a decision has to be made. Yeah, interesting. They may need to make a decision. Something may have come up recently. Two of Swords, Seven of Swords. Somebody also is working behind this, is doing some stuff that is just not working out. Somebody is trying to take shortcuts. Seven of Swords is kind of dodgy energy. It can be sort of taking shorts, not doing things properly, little white lies. It can be quite heavy, dark energy too, but it's interesting it showed up for the first pile as well. And it almost feels to me like outside energy, right? Coming into this that may, it's the energy of sabotage, right? Seven of Swords can oftentimes be sabotage and sabotage by those who can get quite close to you. So you want to watch out with this. Two of Swords is there. Your person is in a place where they're having to make a certain decision. They're trying to decide. They may be just trying to decide if they're going to tell you how they feel or not, because they don't want to lose. They want to invest. They want more, right? They want more, and they may have been feeling like this for quite some time, and they just can't. Limits, they can't give it up. Limits, limits, limits. That's what Spirit says. Yeah, limits. It's time to set boundaries or not. Are there limits to things, or is it limitless? Limit energy, when Spirit, it's all about what you set for yourself. And sometimes things can be overwhelming, right? You can be like, look, there's only so much I can take, right? So, it's very personal energy. Spirit is letting you know that take time to set your limits so that you are not sort of worn out, burned out. There is an energy here of something going on behind the scenes here. So those limits may need to be put in place with the people you least expect as well. It may not be obvious. You may be coming into some information that's going to let you know about that, right? So watch out for that. Let's pull some spirits of darkness and light. And then we're going to pull some zodiac cards to see what zodiac signs you might be dealing with. I'm just going to pull two of these to see Spirit of Darkness and Spirit of Light. See, Spirit of the Stranger. That's what I'm talking about. Somebody's trying to come in. Now for you, you have two energies here. Spirit of the Book, a new chapter, development. Yes, it feels like that, right? It feels like a new development to a connection here, a friendship. But you also have Spirit of the Stranger. So watch out. Some of you got some people coming in for you right now that you don't know. So Spirit talks about limits. Those limits may indeed be, set your limits with people where the energy is not right, right? And that's one of the reasons of being in the moment as well, paying attention. When you come to the read, you come to Who Has a Crush Are You Reading? If you resonate with this, let us know in the comments. Hit the like button. That really helps me out. YouTube loves that. So that really helps me. If you enjoy my readings, if you enjoy this reading, if you resonate with it. But yeah, this is beautiful energy about developing a connection. I think a long-term connection that's had a lot of trust and loyalty, but watch out for outside influences. People who seek to sabotage. Spirit of Danger, Leo, talks about warnings, caution, pay attention. We have Gemini and we have Aries. So 2 fire and an air. Leo, Gemini, Aries. Some of you may be dealing with that. In this connection, your peacock may have that. Peacock is air energy, may be resonating with Gemini, or it may be in your chart. In any case, this is the reading I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed it and you got something out of it. Again, if you did, don't forget to hit the like. You might want to get subscribed or leave a comment for the collective and let us know if you are the peacock and you already know who your peacock is. And that is it. I thank you so much for joining me. And let's go ahead and get started with pile number 3 right now. Welcome to pile number 3 for today's pick a card. Who has a crush on you? Let's get right into who is this person. They resonate with the Nightingale. What do they want? They want to be exclusive. How do they see you? As the fearless badger spirit. And what does spirit have to say? It's all about receptivity. All right, we have more energies we're going to be pulling. That beautiful nightingale. Some of you are dealing with a poet or a singer. But what else do we have? The Emperor, nice. 6 of Pentacles. 2 of Wands, a lot of fire. Knight of Swords. And Temperance energy. Temperance is the card for Sagittarius and Emperor is the card for Aries. What do we have at the bottom? Wow, a King of Wands. Beautiful. So King of Wands energy is definitely idealistic, following your dream, having ambition, knowing what it takes to succeed, having been there, right? Having lost things, maybe failed at some things, but also knowing the wisdom, having the wisdom, the experience to know what it takes to succeed and to manifest. The King of Wands has manifested so much. This is a beautiful, interesting reading. There is love here right away. I do feel it. Exclusive. They want to be with you. I dare say you want to be with them as well. This is almost a love story of 2 people who are very similar. So let's just jump into who they are. The nightingale is a beautiful air animal spirit associated with poetry and music and speaking from the heart, finding your voice and being fearless with the way you communicate. It's all about opening that heart chakra and connecting it to a clear and clean and a truthful throat chakra that speaks with the heart behind it, right? With all of that truth and feeling and energy of the heart chakra being wide open. So this is why people who resonate with this may be singers and poets and orators, people who use their words to make other people feel something, right? I love it. It's nice energy. It's very fearless though, right? And oftentimes, I want to say the nightingale is quite an unassuming animal spirit. And so people who resonate with this, they often have this gift, this deep, beautiful artistic gift. But, you know, they don't look particularly flashy or, you know, they may be looking very ordinary and sort of blend into a crowd. And yet they have this beautiful gift that they share. The Emperor and 6 of Pentacles. This is interesting because your person may indeed be already quite successful with their art, with their voice. 6 of Pentacles indicates there's a lot of money. They're very generous. This person, I know for some of you, I'm going to say this person is an artist of some kind that is very successful, right? In whatever field they are in, right? Especially if they are an artist that writes poetry, writes books, but speaks them. Someone who has a way, not just the written word, but the spoken word. So this may be a person who does spoken word or who does those sort of affirmation lectures, positive thinking lectures, right? This could also be for some of you, as I say, absolutely a singer, absolutely a person who sings, and who has a great success with that as well, right? So I want to get a little bit deeper and just see, before we move on, we know already that they want to be exclusive with you, right? But I want to know a little bit more about them. With this Six of Pentacles and this Emperor energy, it just feels like they are already kind of living in a very financially stable, right? And somewhat luxurious life, right? Ooh, wow. Eight of Cups with the Queen of Cups. Interesting. So, listen, this person who has a crush on you may have recently also gone through a separation. They may have walked away from someone, or someone may have walked away from them. Yeah, they may have had somebody walk away from them. That's what I'm almost thinking here, starting to feel. Because with that Queen of Cups energy there is, I feel like that might be you. Are you like consoling someone, a friend in your life, someone that you know, who is an artist, who, you have good communication with, who may have recently, in fact, gone through a separation where somebody's walked away from them and really kind of hurt them? Because this Queen of Cups feels very sympathetic and empathetic and supportive here. She oftentimes is. She's the one you go to when you need advice, when your heart is broken. The Queen of Cups knows exactly what to do. And so this is quite interesting that this comes in. This is what I'm feeling. They want to be, but now, okay, let me be clear here, right? This crush that they have on you may have indeed developed through this kind of interaction that you've had with them. What do they want though? They want to be girlfriend, boyfriend, 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 girlfriend, girlfriend, whatever. Yeah, hey, I don't judge. Commitment, whatever the case is, they are into it. They want you to be theirs. Exclusive marriage material. You may be dealing with someone who is just like that, right? Even though they have gone through a heartache here, a separation, you may indeed be dealing with somebody who is who likes to be quickly, well, quickly or not, wants to be in exclusive relationships. Like once they have a crush or they find someone that they're attracted to, that's what they want, right? This is not somebody who may be comfortable with just dating. So in any case, it does feel like, this crush isn't, it's serious, right? They want to act on it. They want it to develop at least. And yeah, for sure, some of you, and this Six of Pentacles is also the generosity of you as well. You've really given of your time to this person in a difficult time in their lives where they were quite sad and vulnerable. And I think probably some of the attention that you gave them has really sparked this. Do you know who this is? Two of Pentacles. If you're resonating with this, do you know who this person is? Full energy. I wanted to pull a little bit more about what is connecting their crush to you here. Two of Pentacles, full energy. A lot of changes. There have been a lot of changes. Emperor, Nightingale, they are quite successful and certainly someone that people look up to. However, I feel here like you may have also not only been an emotional support for this person, but you may have been helping them a little bit during a bit of a financially chaotic situation. Six of Pentacles is such generosity. It's giving where you can give. And it does feel like you may have done that here for this person. This is not to say there's no feeling of them having taken advantage of you or anything like that. There's leap of faith, full energy, something fresh and new. You may not have known this person for very long. I will say this, right? It does feel like this is not, although you have definitely been a support for them. That's very clear here. You have been an emotional support for them. I don't feel that there is a long history with this person. They may be kind of a new friend in your life, or new person that you have met in your life. And they have, they are just happen to be in this space, and you just happen to be the one. And then you two make this connection where you're supportive. I don't necessarily feel that this loss here happened recently. It didn't have to happen recently. It could just be something that your nightingale has been dealing with and suffering with, and through you kind of being the support, these feelings have developed. And so there is a feeling of taking a leap of faith here. They want to be exclusive. What other energy do we have here? Two of Wands and a Knight of Swords. So this is quite interesting. There is a desire here to move forward, get on with it, right? Be bold, be courageous, right? A lot of activity, a lot of communication. I feel like you feel the same way. I'm going to be honest with you. With that Two of Wands, Knight of Swords energy, it does feel to me as though if they take this leap of faith to let you know, and I do think they're going to let you know, as we look ahead, Spirit is telling you, be receptive, right? But it feels like to me that once you find out, if you don't know already, that this person is having these feelings for you, and that this attraction, this connection has developed, I think you want to go all, I think you're there for it. There's a feeling that you are responding, you're there for it. Two of Wands, Knight of Swords, you want to move forward. There may indeed have to be some ties, or there may need to be some changes, right? There's a lot of change in the air. Knight of Swords can indicate a lot of change, as a result of communication. A lot of communication coming in and decisions being made. How do they see you? Badger spirit, also bold and, fearless. The badger is such a lovely animal spirit. The badger is the one that is ready for any adventure. The badger understands that to live life fully, you have to be bold and take, go after what you desire. Your dreams, your wishes, the things that you want in life. Oftentimes, to achieve them, you have to be bold. You have to be sort of in a lane of your own. This resonates with that King of Wands. The King of Wands is so unique and different, and that's what makes him so charismatic. So many people are drawn to him because of his courage to sort of walk his own path, in the face of any kind of, misunderstanding. People may not understand, people may not be there to necessarily help or know how to help, right? Because the road is a road that we often walk alone, especially if you are someone who is artistic, you have a certain dream, right? Definitely, there's such a vibe of art here. You may indeed be an artist yourself. And so this starts off very quickly with a real kind of nice energy. What does Spirit have to say? Being receptive. And I'm going to bring up that Temperance energy, because Temperance, as I said earlier, is the card for Sagittarius. And being receptive and temperance is that energy of sort of not being sort of swayed, not being caught off your focus, right? Temperance energies is allowing your emotions, giving your emotions some time to sort of adjusting in the moment, right? Just not allowing your focus and your emotions and energy to be sort of pulled and pushed, right? It's not reacting to other things. It's maintaining your own position, your own space, your own focus. This may be quite important to you as you are receptive to this person, and perhaps, as I said, this feeling that they are absolutely going to let you know how they feel. It will be wise that while this is coming in, you may indeed feel the same, but you may need some temperance in the face of all of this forward action. There may be a desire to immediately sort of like, okay, let's do this, but temperance is necessary. Be receptive, but temperance is necessary. Because I do feel here that there is a lot that comes with this Nightingale. I won't say that it's baggage, but if you are dealing with someone that is already quite successful, dare I say, they may even be quite well known, right? They may even have a certain sense of celebrity or just being known in their field. It is a whole different world, right? Full energy. And this is a pick a card who has a crush, and this person has a crush and wants to be exclusive very quickly. So that's a fast move. And that's why temperance is there. And it's not to say to close the door, right? Being receptive is necessary, especially for those of you who also have feelings. I do feel that you are excited about the prospect of being with this person because you share so much, right? And you've grown so close. But do take care. Spirit of the snowflake and spirit of the staircase comes in. So these are your spirits of darkness and light. Irreplaceable, one of a kind is the snowflake. And the staircase, we're talking about ascension and progress. Sometimes the long way home, right? Of course, progress, is ultimately going home. But this is interesting. This is a one-of-a-kind feeling here with this person, this vibe. Again, a lot of it feels like it has to do with what this person and their life and their career, profession bring to the table. It could be vice versa here, but, nevertheless, it's a special relationship. I do feel like you know who this person is. You have feelings for them. If you do, sound off in the comments and let the collective know. If you like this video, you're resonating with it, please give me a like. Let's go ahead and pull out the zodiac signs you're dealing with. Virgo. Some of you are dealing with a Virgo. Some of you are dealing with a Capricorn. And some of you are dealing with a Cancer. Virgo, Capricorn, Cancer, 2 Earth and Water. So you may have this in your chart. This may be in your Nightingales chart. In any case, I do hope this resonated. This is the end of pile number 3 for today's Pick a Card. Who has a crush on you? If you enjoyed it, let us know. Give me a like. All of those things really help me out. YouTube loves that, and I do too. But for right now, I'm just going to say thank you so much for coming to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot, and I wish you love, life, and happiness. Bye-bye, everyone.